10XL. The Friday night lights have been shining all over the First Coast. This is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Trained by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now it's time to break it all down. Here are your hosts, Ryan the Hacker Green and Dylan Denmark.
And a very good Friday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. As always, we are presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Dylan Denmark is off tonight, but we got the head coach and now the athletic director at First Coast High School, my buddy Marty Lee, in studio with us this evening on what is just an absolutely terrific round one of results for Northeast Florida. We've been doing this show 19 years. This is one of the best round one results locally that I can ever remember. Here's the finals right now. Mandarin a winner tonight, 42-14 over Crestview. Ed White takes care of Pensacola Pine Forest, 41-20. It was Rains, 43-6 winners over Baker County. Trinity Christian, local versus local, they knock out Providence, 42-6. St. Augustine puts up 70 tonight in a 70-21 win over Arnold. The Bulls Bulldogs advanced over Walton, 63-13. University Christian beats Trinity Catholic tonight by a couple of touchdowns. You also had the game you just heard here on 92.5 FM, Bishop Kenny over Wakulla, as I welcome in the coach, Marty Lee. What a night for our local schools, coach, playing Panhandle teams, playing teams from Central Florida. By and large, a very successful night for the Northeast Florida area.
There's no doubt about that. It's been a long time to have this many teams advance in the first round from the Jacksonville area. Says a lot about the players and the coaches and where these programs are in Duval.
All right, let's take these games one by one. We'll start lining up Victoria's head coaches here in one moment. I do want to tell you there are a couple of games that are still in doubt. Right now, Ponte Vedra, we have up 24-17 over Niceville in the fourth quarter. We also have West Florida beating Yulee 24-16 in the fourth quarter. Florida High over Baldwin. Florida High, based out of Tallahassee, they lead Baldwin 42-31 in the fourth quarter. But by the way, and this is maybe a surprising result for some, you played both of these teams, being the AD at First Coast. Local versus local, Oakleaf and Nice, a rematch of last year. Oakleaf won the playoff game last year. That is not the case tonight. It is all Nice. Nice is going to advance as they are up 38-7.
Boy, that is a shocker. Oakleaf's done a really good job the last 2 years. Went down there last year, beat them in the playoffs. And for Nice, boy, they're on a roll right now. I mean, that is a great football team that they just beat today. And they didn't just beat them. They sent them home packing.
Revenge factor based on last year? I bet Nice had this game circled.
I think so. Anytime that somebody comes into your house and beats you on your first round of the playoffs, that makes a big difference. And like you said, they probably circled this up, and they had some good game tape from last year, and they were ready for them tonight. No doubt.
Let's take a look at some of these games individually. Let's begin with the two teams on our airwaves on 10:10 a.m. It was Bowles, very little trouble with Walton, running clock in the second half. The Bulldogs continue to roll a 50-point win here in round one.
Yeah, it's a big win for them. It's very difficult to travel from the Panhandle or vice versa, and a lot of people don't understand about the bus lag and all the preparations that you got, but that is a solid football team at Bowles. And so for you to go do that to a team from the Panhandle says a lot about you're headed in the right direction at the right time.
And Bowles will play most likely Florida High next week. We'll see if Florida High holds on to beat Baldwin. Bishop Kenny, the game we just heard on 92.5 FM. Wakulla, traditionally a pretty good football team,
yes,
coach. And for Bishop Kenny to beat them by 24, what a win for the Crusaders tonight.
Tim does a great job. People don't know how good of an offensive mind that gentleman is. He can up-tempo you. He can slow the game down. He throws multiple formations at you. Very seldom do you ever see his teams get penalties for jumping off sides, illegal procedures. That's why they are who they are right now.
We talked to Victoria's head coaches under the Friday Night Lights. It's what we've done for 19 years. We are in the state playoffs, and what a scene in Nassau County it was tonight between West Nassau and Fernandina Beach in the state semifinals of the Sunshine Athletic Association. And West Nassau gets it done over Fernandina. They will play for a Sunshine State Championship next week. Gunnar Cox, the head coach of West Nassau, with us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. This is a huge win. Like I told the team, last year they got us in the playoffs, but this year we got them back. I'm just so excited for my players, the team, the school, community. We're just happy for this.
What was the scene like up there in Nassau County between you guys and Fernandina? That was quite the scene, I'm sure.
Oh, it was fantastic. The kids, it was glorious at the end. The kids were so happy. They found a way to win the game. I told the team, and I've told since multiple times, it's hard to beat a team twice in a year. I mean, when you look in the NFL, Jacksonville Jaguars, a great example with the Houston Texans. But it's so hard to beat them twice, but beating them twice in a year, it's just a fantastic, especially over your rival.
Coach, I'm going to tell you something. You've done an outstanding job of changing that culture up there in Callahan. And I know they're proud to have you, and I know you're excited about what you're about to face. Can you kind of walk us through a little bit about what next week is going to be like for you guys going to playing for a state championship?
Oh, it's going to be great, Coach. You don't really get to experience this, a lot. I mean, I've never even experienced it as a player. It's a fantastic feeling to get there. It's just a great moment. I'm gonna tell these kids to savor this moment. But you know what? We're gonna go down there. We're gonna give them all we can got. We're gonna try to win this game.
Final moments with Gunnar Cox of West Nassau. Coach, as we begin to wrap up, you think about when you got to that program. And now fast forward to tonight, you're one win away from a state championship in your classification. Talk about the journey from when you arrived to where you are right now, one win away from a state title.
I mean, first thing I told, when I first got hired is we might not be the most talented team, but we're going to try to be the hardest working team. And I think the kids have really bought into that mindset, because that's my mindset. I'm not the most I wasn't the most talented player, but I'm gonna try to outwork you and try to outgrit you. And especially with Callahan kids up here, we're gritty, we're strong. We're gonna play. We're gonna try to punch you in the mouth, and we're gonna find ways to win games.
All right, Coach. What does it look like next week? Do we know the opponent for the state championship?
American Heritage Delray.
What do we know about them?
I know they're a great. They're a great team. A team that it's actually had success in winning championships. I believe they won a state championship 15 years. Boy, I'd have to go back.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good game. I'm already trying to get film of them right now. They're going to be coached well, but we're going to be coached well too. We're going to give them fits. I don't think they have seen a team like our style of play. I know that they're very good on offense right now. They're firing all cylinders, but we're going to coach them up and we're going to find a way to win the game.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win and best of luck next week and what'll be a great opportunity for you and your program.
Thank you. Go Warriors.
Gunnar Cox of West Nassau. What a great story that is.
Man, it's an outstanding story. Let me tell you something. That whole town will probably be shut down next week. They'll be gone to that state championship. Now, Hacker, do they play on a Thursday night or a Friday night?
I'd have to look. I believe it's on Friday. But what a great opportunity. And we'll talk about this later. You think about where West Nassau was, and they make the plunge, if you will, into the Sunshine Athletic Association, and they are the poster child for why more local schools should do that.
And you made a great comment right there. When he took over that program, he convinced them we need to build this program from the bottom up. And he's done a good job of doing that. He's a hardworking young coach. He's now got that community behind him. And now he has an opportunity to win a state championship. And next year he might consider going back to the FHSA, playoffs. But that's what some of the local teams need to do now, is to try to get off the bottom, because you can't stay in a classification and keep playing teams that make the playoffs year in and year out. great example of Bowles High School. It's a very tough, difficult thing to do. So I applaud that young man, what he's going to do, and I hope the Warriors bring it home.
It was a big win on Greenland Road tonight for the Mandarin Mustangs as their playoff journey begins. Head coach Toby Bullock of Mandarin joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, man, I don't worry about that. Is that the legend? Do I hear the legend on the radio?
It's the OG, man. It's the OG, man.
Is that my guy?
Yes.
Hey.
Hey.
Don't even worry about the game. Let me tell you, this guy had a halftime pregame speech where he talked about education and somehow ended up in a Michael Jackson moonwalk before we went out. That's all I'm going to say.
Look here. All I know is that there is a guy named Toby Bullock that has done an unbelievable job at Mandarin High School. Tell us about the game tonight. How'd you do it?
Oh, it was a complete game. I don't know how many people know, but Bryson Wright didn't play tonight. So he got 2 penalties that gave him a 1-game suspension, unfortunately, and we were able to overcome not having him. And what a big cheerleader he was for us tonight. He was phenomenal. And then everybody else stepped up. We were able to run the ball extremely, extremely well. Defense did what the defense does. They gave up a late touchdown to make it 14, but that was getting us some kids, get some other kids some playoff experience, and they were able to take advantage on it. But it was an amazing game. The kids rose up to the challenge, and hopefully we can do it again next week.
It was a big win for Mandarin, no question about that, and a very tough classification. And you see how tough this classification was last night. Oviedo, the 8, gave Buchholz the 1, everything they wanted. What does it look like for you guys next week, Coach? Do we have clarity as to who you got?
Yeah, so right now Pace is up 13-0 over Evans. In the third, they're out in the Panhandle, so we expect it to be Pace.
Well, whoever it is coming to Greenland Road next week. What an opportunity, again, to host that playoff game. And in times like this, if it's either at Mandarin or out in the Panhandle, goodness gracious, you want it at Mandarin, and that'll be a great opportunity for you guys next Friday night.
They have one of the best offensive lines in the state. So the defense has a huge challenge. They're a really big program. They're like just large individuals. And so, they have a very good running back that's got some great numbers this year. And they run a version of the single wing, and it's going to be a tough game.
Well, I know this much, Toby. I know that when you win next Friday night, since you mentioned it, I'm expecting to see a nice moonwalk by the big fella in the middle of the field over there on Greenland.
I tell you what, if I was athletic enough to do it, I'd do it. I love the moonwalk, but I'd roll an ankle and be out for 2 weeks.
Well, Coach, congratulations. A big opening round win. Best of luck in round 2 next week.
Thank you so much, guys. +2.
Toby Bullock of Mandarin, what a job he's done over there with the Mustangs.
He is an outstanding young coach. When we had the Gateway Conference meeting, he talked about what it was like when he was at Wolfson High School, and now he's at Mandarin. And he's a great example of what young coaches can look up to and see how he's put a program together. He does a great job. He's got great support by their athletic director and their principal, one of the better principals here in Duval County, in my opinion. And I know they're excited there on Greenland Road.
We talk about Mandarin being a winner tonight. Other finals that are rolling in. Ed White is a winner over Pensacola Pine Forest. Rains a winner over Baker County. It is a final. Great night locally. Unfortunately, some of our teams did come up short. Baldwin season comes to an end. 42-31. Florida High takes care of Baldwin. Surprised you at all?
Not really. Florida High is a strong program, and St. Augustine's going to see that next week. Jared Hickman, I've known him a long time. He does a good job. But, man, give Baldwin credit. There was a time years ago when Baldwin was a stepchild, and people would put them on thinking they have a W. People avoid them now. Mm-hmm. And that credits, their athletic department out there, those kids in that community. They have a great running back, great quarterback. It's an outstanding program. Feel bad for them, but they don't need to hang their heads. They had a great season.
Crazy stat about Baldwin. They lost 4 games this year. They scored at least 31 points in every one of their losses.
Yes, I mean that they have a system out there, and they believe in hard work. You know, just like with West Nassau, that those types of kids, they may not be the most athletic, but you can tell them what to do, and they're going to run through a wall for you.
Creekside season comes to an end tonight. They ran into a buzzsaw in DeLand, 70-21. I think anybody that follows high school football, Coach, knew that was going to be a tough putt for Creekside. Tough way to go out, though, playing DeLand and losing in that fashion.
And it is. I mean, and they've got an outstanding football coach over at DeLand, and that's a great program. But I can tell you this right here. Sean will have those kids ready to go next year. And you can't find a better football coach and a better football program. Sometimes the season doesn't end the way you want, you know. And so hopefully they'll bounce back for us next year. And like the old saying goes, you always learn way more through losing than you ever will through winning.
A game that you heard on 10:10 a.m. earlier this evening, the Bulls Bulldogs. Big winners tonight as their playoff journey starts. They got it done over Walton. Matthew Toblin of Bulls joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Coach, dominating performance. Anytime you can have a running clock in the state playoffs, you're certainly doing something right. You must have been very pleased with your kids' performance this evening.
Very, very much so. And they, you know, it's the atmosphere of a playoff game is just so different. You know, the lights are on as soon as you start the game, and the weather's dropped, and we talk about it like all the chips are on the table. Like you survive or, in advance, or turn your stuff in and move on to what's next. And so just that our kids playing with that sense of urgency, or the execution was so high, the intensity was there, and I was really proud of the way that we played.
Matthew, first of all, you're the best dressed coach in Duval County. There's no doubt about that. I've always said that about you. Walk us through a little bit about how you prepare your team next week after you've dominated somebody and you bring them back down to get ready for the next team.
Well, I mean, I think so. In the regular season, your process is always, hey, look, it doesn't matter, get better. Like there's things that we can get better at. We're ultimately chasing the best version of our team, and that's what matters. Focus on mistakes. What can we do to be better? I think in the playoffs, it's a different tact. It's, hey, look, like we don't get any of those points with us. We can't take them with us.
That's
and like
correct.
right now, we're moving on to the next game, and it's the next one where all the chips are back on the table. Like congratulations. Now put your chips back on the table because you have an opportunity to either advance to the third round in a regional final or turn your stuff in and go on to basketball season. And so it is really easy to refocus them after once you get into the playoffs.
Matt Toblin of Bulls. Coach, selfishly, I wanted to see a Baldwin-Bulls rematch. That was one of the most crazy games of the year. It was fun to watch. Florida High apparently has other plans. I believe Florida High got it done tonight over Baldwin. What do we know about Florida High, a team that you'll see next Friday night?
Well, they're an extremely well-coached team. Coach Hickman does an unbelievable job over there, and like it's going to be one where their plan to win is through execution and playing tough football, and we like to think that that's kind of our plan to win. And so I look forward to a hard-fought game. But we haven't had the time to really dive in on what they do. We just that's more of Coach Hickman's. Everyone kind of knows the kind of coach he is and then how teams typically play. And so we're excited to get to the film and start figuring things out for next week.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big opening round victory tonight. Best of luck next week.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
And again, you'll hear Bulls and Florida High on 10:10 a.m. next Friday night. Quickly, you talk about Bulls. They're on a collision course, one would think, with Bradford County. If Bradford takes care of business in their region, Bulls takes care of business in their region. Again, from a Northeast Florida perspective, that's the one I want. I want Bradford. I want Bulls in the state semis, and I truly hope we get it.
And you talking about a ball game. Two very well-coached teams, two very disciplined football teams. The advantage might be where that game's going to be played. Mm-hmm. If it's at Bradford, boy, that whole town's going to show up. Yeah. And there's no doubt about that. But both of those teams will be ready, and it'll be a great game to watch.
That is the head coach, Marty Lee. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. This is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We're presented by Duck Duck Rooter. plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. We'll come back with a Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coach's Corner. Many more Victoria's head coaches to come, more scores to update you on. Round 1 in the state high school playoffs here in the state of Florida, and we're glad you're with us. It's 1010XL, and it's 92.5 FM.
The players leave it all on the field, and after it's over, the party gets started. Packer Leon and Coach Gerald Ingram bring you the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter, nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Andersen. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
You watch the games, so do we.
Dan Higgin and Jeff Prosser, right after every Gator football game, get our reaction to the plays, the calls that stood out to us.
Live streamed on the Swamp Sessions podcast on the 1010XL social channels from Voodoo Brewing Company.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trucks. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
I know two brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
It's your boy Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman, and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop's special deal. Order a 75-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX15. And that's $15 off. Carry out or delivery, it's your call. Use online promo JAX15 or $15 off a 75-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Dreams Come True is the only local wish-granting organization giving dreams and special times to local children battling life-threatening illnesses. Find out how you can help at dreamscometrue.org.
City Rescue Mission provides life-changing support for the homeless. Find ways to get involved at crmjax.org.
Her Song is a nonprofit organization that breaks the cycle of human trafficking through survivor care, victim outreach, and education. Find out how you can help at hersong.org.
If you could benefit from a grief and loss support group, call Haven Hospice at 279-1677.
The 5-Star Veteran Center of Jacksonville is the place homeless veterans can go to recover, recharge, retrain, and reconnect. Learn more at 5starveterancenter.org.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosper here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 16617881. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
I know football.
Now, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Coach's Corner on 1010XL.
With Coach Marty Lee, the hacker Ryan Green with you under the Friday Night Lights. Round number 1 of the FHSAA State High School Football Playoffs. It was a great night for Northeast Florida. Many schools in our area are moving on, and that includes the St. Augustine Yellow Jackets and head coach Brian Braddock. Big winners tonight in round 1, and Coach joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Coach, am I reading this correctly? A 70 burger in round 1? I mean, boy, your offense was rolling tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. We ran a punt back after their first possession. Then they actually scored, made it 7-6, and then we ran the kickoff back.
Oh, wow.
And then I think at some point there in the first quarter, we had run maybe 3 offensive plays, and it was 28-6. And then, I'd never been a part of a game where we had 63 points at halftime, so it was pretty crazy. Our kids were ready to go, and they were scoring fast.
Just want to update people as well. Ponte Vedra has just defeated Niceville in overtime. I got 31-30 Ponte Vedra over Niceville in overtime as we continue with Brian Braddock of St. Augustine.
You know, Brian, I've always loved and respect the way you handle things and your demeanor on the field and how you get your teams ready to play for the playoffs. Tell me a little bit about what you've got to do next week to keep your kids humbled, to keep them ready to and be hungry for the next opponent.
We just got to show them the film and let them know that they're playing the highest scoring team in state history next week. So, we haven't exactly been the steel curtain on defense this year, so we've got our work cut out for us. I think our kids know enough to know that, pretty much from this point on, anybody can end our season, and there's no jokes to be had going forward. So, I think they'll be pretty focused, but we'll just put the film on and they'll see real quick, and they'll know that there's no time for being full of themselves.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. Coach, I think I know the answer to this question. I'm going to ask it anyway. It's never a good thing to lose a game, right? I'm never going to say that. But the Mandarin game to end your season and then a week off, did that kind of recenter you guys for this playoff run?
When you lose, if you can learn from it and get better from it, then certainly it's not necessarily a net negative, so to speak. I honestly was really encouraged by how we played against Mandarin. That's an outstanding football team. They got a lot of FBS football players on that football team, and we just didn't get the breaks that maybe we were afforded the luxury of, like we had when we played Bowles or Nice. And when you play as many good teams as we have, that can happen. So it was honestly kind of a weird feeling. I felt encouraged about our chances because we went toe-to-toe with some respects, a bigger, faster football team. And honestly gave me a little bit of confidence with our kids. And certainly when you get beat, it helps you refocus them. So it's as good as a loss can be. It was.
Now, Brian, a lot of people don't know this, and explain it to the audience out here. You've got a relatively very young football team. How have you gotten these kids to play up to where they are right now?
Well, I'm just fortunate. I've said this before, from our principal through our AD to our whole school, and then to our coaching staff. Our kids receive a lot of support, and they have really high expectations at St. Augustine. There's standards. There's a lot of people who care about how these kids play, and that's a lot to live up to. But they are also supported to do it, and the kids have worked really hard. And yeah, we're 15 starters from last year's team, moved on. And,
that's correct.
So I'm really proud of these kids, but we're at the point now where all those sophomores we got playing defense, we tell them you're not sophomores anymore. So, but no, it's been very rewarding to see such a big turnover, yet our kids be so successful. I'm really happy for them.
Final moments, Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. Coach, you alluded to it earlier. What is the second round for you guys? What are we looking at next week?
Yeah, Ed White High School.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
local versus local. Nice.
Yeah, Coach Johnson has done a tremendous job there. They've just steadily gotten better and better. And, 500 and however many points they scored over their 10-game schedule, new high water mark for points scored in a season. So we've certainly got our work cut out for us. And, that's the way it should be. So we're really excited for the challenge.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big opening round victory. Best of luck next week against Ed White.
Thanks. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great weekend.
Brian Braddock of St. Augustine. St. Aug, Ed White next week in round 2 should be a good one.
It's going to be a really good football game. LJ's done a tremendous job at Ed White to put that program where it needs to be now. And then Braddock's one of the better coaches in this area, not in the state of Florida. It's going to be a good football game. And I can see it. It could be up in the 40s for both teams.
Year 19 of the Friday Night Lights postgame. We have been with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist for many, many of those 19 years, and that means the good Dr. Kevin Murphy and Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Doc, how we doing, pal?
I'm good. Driving home from the Ponte Vedra game.
At Ponte Vedra, a big win over Niceville, correct?
Yeah, 31-30 in overtime, blocked the extra point.
Whew. Wow. We'll have to get Steve Price on in just a moment. What a win for Ponte Vedra. All right, Doc, we certainly thank you for joining us on this postseason edition. I've been waiting to talk to you for a couple of weeks. I know what an ACL is, and an MCL, and a meniscus. I'm not familiar with the LCL, which apparently is what's costing Travis Hunter his rookie year here with Jacksonville. Take us into the LCL and the recovery that Travis Hunter's looking at, Doc.
Yeah, it's a little less common. So 4 main ligaments of the knee, you said them, the ACL and the PCL everybody's heard of. MCL is on the inside part of the knee. LCL, lateral collateral ligament, is on the outside part of the knee. It's an unusual injury you in isolation to injure that one. You can tear it in combination, typically with an ACL, PCL, LCL, but an isolated LCL injury is kind of uncommon. But it's also very repairable, so they got it fixed and reattached it, and he should do just fine. I mean, in 6 months to 9 months, he'll be full speed, should be 100%.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that next. We're in the middle portion of November, so if you fast forward to, say, training camp at the end of July 2026, your thought process is he probably should be good to go at that point?
Yeah, I think he'll be full speed at that point.
Well, that would certainly be great for the Jaguars, no doubt about that. 15 players showed up on the injury report yesterday for Jacksonville. Now, most of those guys are going to play, but it is certainly a banged and battered unit.
Hey, Doc, just want to ask, are y'all still going to have the clinics open tomorrow for the athletes in the playoffs?
No, sir, we're not. Everybody's out of town a lot of these games, so we don't get enough folks in there, but we will certainly get them in. If you give us a call, we'll get them in on Monday and get them going real quick.
Well, I can tell you, talking to the other high school coaches in town, we really appreciate what you do. It's a great service for the young men, and a lot of these guys wouldn't have this opportunity if it wasn't for guys like you. And I appreciate what you do for high school sports, Dr. Murphy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The good Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been the title sponsor of Friday Night Lights for many, many years. All right, Doc, like you said, if people want to get in touch with you or Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, if they got a shoulder, a knee, anything in between, is se-ortho.com the best way to get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, that's it. Go on the website. We'll get you in quick. Let them know you're an athlete, and we'll get you in on Monday and get you going.
Doc, have a terrific weekend, and I believe we're going to be doing it one more time, our season finale, next Friday night.
Look forward to it.
The good doctor, Kevin Murphy of Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Let me run down some victorious head coaches. Donovan Maslin of Reigns, 90 seconds away. Here are your winners tonight. Again, with the head coach, Marty Lee, I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. Mandarin is a winner tonight. Ed White is a winner tonight. You also have West Nassau, Trinity Christian, Bishop Kenny, St. Augustine, Bowles. Ponte Vedra, I imagine that's quite the scene out at Ponte Vedra High School. A blocked extra point in overtime to eliminate Niceville. We'll get Steve Price of Ponte Vedra up. Nice 45-7 winners over Oakleaf. Here's one, Coach. Impact Christian, big winners tonight over Episcopal.
I'm going to tell you, that guy has done a really good job over there. I think that program's only about a 4-year program, and for you to come in on your 4th year and win a playoff game, that's big for that program right there. I know they're building them some nice facilities over there. Congratulations to those kids.
It was local versus local at the Graveyard tonight, and it was Reigns all over Baker County. Donovan Maslin, the head coach of Reigns, joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Coach, that's a good Baker County football team. That's a physical Baker County football team, but you guys were able to get it done. Tell us about the ball game.
We came out with the W. It wasn't clean, on both sides for us. We were kind of, trying to get the big play instead of just, being methodical with it. I thought we did better in the second half, made some adjustments, and, defensively we just they played well, just, some mistakes here and there, some technique stuff that we got to clean up. But overall, we got the W, and that's what it's all about.
Coach, let me tell you something. You've done an outstanding job over there on the north side. You followed some really good head football coaches. And what advice would you give a good young coach to to get a program going and build a program like you have at Reigns High School?
It's all about just, first of all, you got to get, men that you can trust, men that, has high character and that can do it the right way, and, who is about kids, and, mainly just doing it your way and putting your earmuffs on and, listening, not listening to, the negativity, and just, and trusting, the coaches that you have around, and then just pouring your heart out into the kids and letting them know that you have that interest off the field before on the field, and I think it'll take off from there.
Well, I can tell a lot of people don't know, you did an outstanding job of going outside of Jacksonville, trying to play some football teams to get yourself ready, because you knew what it was like last year going down to South Florida. What are you doing right now to get those guys ready for this upcoming run again?
Man, just practicing extremely hard. We've done some things differently on the bye weeks. We've done some things. Usually we'll have an off day on Fridays if we don't have a game, and we practice on those off days, just trying to do something different to make sure the kids understand that this is not a fun trip. This is a business trip that we have to make sure that we're locked in week in and week out, because you never know. Anybody can lose on any given Friday, and we don't take it for granted.
Reigns, a big winner tonight over Baker County. I was hoping for a Reigns-Yulee matchup in round 2. Looks like West Florida had different ideas. I believe West Florida is a winner tonight. That means West Florida, how about that? Back-to-back weeks. They got to come all the way across the state tonight to Yulee, and next week they'll have to come right back here to the Graveyard. What, if anything, do we know about West Florida, Coach?
I don't know too much about them. I think they're a run team. They like to run the football, so I think our defense would be up for that one. They love contact. They love, to be physical in the trenches, and that's something that we need to work on as well. Just being able to stop the run, deep in the playoffs when we come, across teams in the playoffs, and you got to be able to stop the run and get off the field.
Well, what I want to know is, Coach, y'all going to break out the camo and put that butt whooping on them?
Well, we bought the tree camo out tonight.
Oh, there it is.
We bought the tree camo out tonight, but maybe we need to repeat it so we can get the same result.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win over Baker County, and best of luck next week in round 2.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Donovan Maslin of Reigns, he's done a terrific job out there replacing Duran Wiley.
Oh, he's done a great job out there. And, the expectations at Reigns High School, people don't know, are very high. They're not going to come in and have a coach just win 6 or 7 ball games, not even a district championship. They have won state championships. They've been to state championships. That's the expectations. They expect to be playing every Thanksgiving weekend. That's the big thing in high school sports. People don't realize you're playing Thanksgiving weekend, you're having one unbelievable season, and that's the expectations. He's done a great job. That's why I wanted him to give some of these young coaches advice about what they need to do. And one of the keys of what he said is you've got to get with that administration, and y'all all got to be on the same page.
One of the most dominating performances in the area tonight was the Nice Panthers, all over Oakleaf. Colin Drafts of Nice joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
I appreciate it.
You got Buolls, right?
And I'll tell you this, Coach, you look at last year, Oakleaf gets the better of you in the playoffs. I would imagine this game, this circumstance probably circled for you guys, and you come out and get it done, and you not only get it done, you get it done in dominating fashion.
Yeah, for sure, man. We had this one as soon as those brackets came out, and we were the 4 and they were the 5. We were every bit of excited, man. We were excited after after last year and having our season end at home in the second round, to Oakleaf, So we had this one circled, and we had 2 weeks to prep for it. But played good football tonight. There's no doubt.
Coach, tell me a little about, you had that little bad period in your season where I think you lost like 2 ball games and you were able to bounce back and play in the football you're playing. Tell me a little bit about how you kept your team together and how you bounced back from that.
I think that, to your point, right, the narrative on that, right, is that we had a bad middle of the season. We started 4-0, right? We lost in the final minute to St. Augustine. Okay, and then we went on the road and lost to Buchholz, and then we've won 5 games in a row. So I kind of felt like that the feeling was that we had kind of slipped a little bit. Like, I get it, we lost 2 games in a row, but I felt all along, right, that those were going to be, after those 2 losses to a St. Aug and to a Buchholz, right, that would probably benefit us more than being undefeated like we were last year, right? We had the battle wounds, we had those notches on the belt, and we had experienced that pain. So I think that's just propelled us even more to be more prepared for the playoffs this year. So that, going back to that St. Augustine game now, I mean, we had the ball down 5 points inside the 30 with a minute left, and then we lose to Buchholz, So all along, we felt like we were on the right path regardless. We went 4-0, we lost 2 in a row, and now we've won 5 in a row, and we're going to Gainesville next Friday.
Colin Drafts of Nice, you mentioned Buchholz. You saw him in the regular season. You get a rematch in the postseason. How does that factor in when you play a team twice in a relatively short period of time?
Yeah, I mean, when we did go to Buchholz, that's probably the worst game we've played in 2 years. We didn't have any energy. I don't know what it was. We just didn't have the juice and didn't play well on offense or defense. So we learned a lot from that. I remember telling the guys, on the field after the game, like, hey, this hurts right now. We've lost 2 games in a row. We just lost the district championship essentially. But if we do what we're supposed to do these next coming months, we should be back right on this field. And they met that challenge head on, and now we get that opportunity. We're just really excited for that.
Well, Coach, I know you're going to have a good game plan for Buchholz next week. Are you going to change anything as far as your travel arrangements or anything a little different that way? I know you're not going to give us your game plan, but what are you going to do about trying to get ready for about traveling or that type of situation?
Yeah, Coach, you hit the nail on the head right there. Whatever we did the last time we went to Buchholz, we're doing everything completely different.
Correct.
So I got to go back and check the script, right? But we'll be doing something different this time. You better believe that one.
Well, Colin Drafts of Nice, big winners tonight over Oakleaf. They advance to round 2 to take on Gainesville Buchholz next Friday night. Coach, congratulations on a big win for you and your program.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me as always.
Nice and Buchholz next week. That's gonna be something.
That's a really good football game. That's 2 powerful football teams, 2 well-coached teams. I know we say that a lot, but that's what you get to this time of year. But you normally don't see this in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
You see it in 3 or 4. And that just goes to show you how much better football's gotten in North Florida. Like we said earlier before we started the show, look how many teams we have advancing. I guarantee you he's going to have something different for Buchholz this upcoming week. week.
It also goes to show you how good that region is. That
Yes.
a team like Nice is the 4 seed in that region. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. More victorious head coaches to come with the coach Marty Lee. I'm the hacker Ryan Green, and we're glad you're with us under the Friday Night Lights.
Sometimes the secret weapon is the special team.
He's got a big leg. He's got a career-long.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game, sealed by Superior Plumbing and Pipeline on 1010XL.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me, if you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then, strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Movember is Men's Health Awareness Month, so take charge of your health and vitality at Ackerman Urology in Mandarin, Middleburg, The Beaches, and Whirl Golf Village. For prostate and urological needs, trust Ackerman Urology. AckermanUrology.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hey, Hicken here. Cooler weather right around the corner, but you can extend your swim season with Surfside Pools. This month, Surfside Pools offering 10% off new pool heaters or heater replacements and installation. Keep the good times rolling, no matter the season. Upgrade your pool heating system now for months of extra enjoyment. Only from Surfside Pools, the trusted name for expert pool service. Family owned and operated. Call 246-2666 or visit surfsidepools.net.
License number CPC 044080.
Why wait for a reason to send flowers? Celebrate life's little wins, or just celebrate you. Stop into the showroom on Beach and Southside, or online at JacksonvilleFlowerMarket.com. Jacksonville Flower Market. We make every day bloom.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Custom Home Builders. Fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derail your schedules? Turn to Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation, no hassles. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
Of
quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
Experience Pink Floyd. Floyd Nation. November 21st at Florida Theater. Floyd Nation. Floyd Nation. Experience Pink Floyd. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Back here under the Friday Night Lights, 1010XL, 92.5 FM. A lot of games, in fact, most games have officially gone final. Let's give you some scores. Jamie Rogers of Bradford County joins us in less than 90 seconds. Mandarin, a winner tonight over Crestview. It was Ed White over Pine Forest. St. Augustine was also a winner. That means Ed White and St. Augustine next week in round 2. Rains was a winner over Baker County. Baldwin season, unfortunately, comes to an end. Florida High beats them. Creekside season, unfortunately, comes to an end. DeLand beats them. Trinity Christian, head coach Verlin Dormany and the Conquerors, winners tonight over Providence. Games you heard right here on 1010 AM and 92.5 FM. Bowles, a winner over Walton. Bishop Kenny, a winner over Wakulla. It was Middleburg season has come to an end as well. Daytona Beach Mainland beats them 34-13. Probably the game of the night. Ponte Vedra in overtime over Niceville, 31-30, and Nice, a 45-7 winner over Oakleaf. To Bradford County we go, and head coach Jamie Rogers, they are big winners tonight in round 1 of the state playoffs, and coach joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Coach, I don't know if you know this. I got a guy in studio with me you might know really well. I'll turn the floor over to head coach Marty Lee.
Jamie, how you doing, young man?
Hey, Coach, how are you doing, man? It's so good to talk to you.
Hey, I tell you, you're doing an outstanding job where you are. And tell me a little bit about what you had to do to build that culture the way it is, and now that you're just a state contender year in, year out. I know what type of coach you are and what type of man, but tell me how you had to build that program and get that community out to buy in.
Well, man, I've had a lot of experience with the small town. I think it's well documented. I like the rule setting. I like one county schools. That's kind of where I grew up. That's what I know. So, but it was a lot easier this go around than some of the places that I've been. These guys, the guys at Bradford, like to run into each other. And when you get that established, and it was established before I ever got here, then you can start building some things and tweaking some things and putting some defensive spins the way you want to do it. But the guys love to play football already here. We just had to move a few things around, and the community, it's been unbelievable what they do. The setting and the game atmosphere is I'd rival it anywhere around here. It's been special to watch, but when I got here, we had really good football players, and I've got an amazing staff. So it's a lot of credit to a lot of people. The players are at the forefront. They love football, and they love preparing.
Coach, when you win a playoff game 55-0, that's a pretty dominating performance. What went so well for you tonight?
Well, we were able to, I think this is the 6th or 7th time in the last couple of years that we scored in all 3 phases. So we had a pick 6, we had a punt return for a touchdown, and then the offense was really clicking. Tonight, the pass game set up huge run lanes. They spread it out, went too high against us, and we got the numbers in the box and had some huge runs from Jarrell Harris. But everything kind of clicked tonight. We had 21 days off, so our guys were tired of practicing against each other.
Well, no, Coach, you do a great job of the way you schedule opponents. You don't have to play some of the teams you played, for example, Mandarin High School. And I know we don't put the cart before the horse, but you're going to have a possibility of a big ball game coming up in the future. How does that help you prepare for a game in the playoffs and in the games that you might be facing down the line?
Yeah, well, for us, we want to play the good teams around here. You know what I mean? And Mandarin has been, I think they went to the state championship game the same year we did, and so the next year when it was come available and both of us had the same open week, Coach Bullock, once we got together, it was automatic. We wanted to do that. Face them. We probably will not see a defense as good as them with the caliber of college players that they're going to have on that team. There's still some really good teams we might see down the road, but that's exactly what we use it for, to get ready. And there was one time where we played the preseason classic against Cocoa, and then we went all the way through week 5 and finished with Eastside. That first 6 games was the toughest of my career, and I think our guys, our young players, have really gained valuable experience in that.
Coach, a little bit of a mild upset in your region. Berkeley Prep a 5 over the Villages a 4. It looks like Berkeley Prep will be traveling out to Bradford County next week. What do we know about Berkeley Prep?
We've I think we've seen them we got them in a film trade earlier somewhere this year. I don't even remember where it was now. It was so early. I think it was like week 3, week 4, something like that. They're really big up front. It's a typical private school in a bigger city setting in the Tampa area. Their linemen are really big, 6'4", 6'5". A few of them are 300 pounds plus. So we just don't see that very often with our size school. So that'll be a little bit different. They're downhill I formation, a little bit of old school type feel to them, and they're very physical. They either won the state championship the year we played over in it a couple years ago, or the year before. I'm pretty sure they upset Miami Norland, if my memory serves correctly. So they're used to winning. They're a very good football program, and we look forward to the challenge. It should be a really fun night.
Should be a great atmosphere out of Bradford County next week. Jamie Rogers of Bradford County, big winners tonight in round 1. They will welcome in Berkeley Prep next Friday. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Marty, I appreciate how gracious you were to me young in my career. I appreciate everything you did.
Look here, I know this about your team. You're going to be well prepared. Those kids are going to be ready to play football. The only advice I have for you is you've got to get that celebration dance a lot better now. You got to do a better job of that.
I'm too heavy to be dancing nowadays. I got to drop a few.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. Love you, brother.
See you guys. Love you too.
Appreciate you, Coach. What does that mean to you? By the way, Steve Price of Ponte Vedra, 60 seconds away. That's like the 5th coach we've had on tonight that just speaks so glowingly of you. You're obviously a legend in the high school football community here in our area, 3+ decades as the head coach of First Coast. When you have a guy like Jamie Rogers, all he's accomplished, say that to you. What does that mean?
It means a lot. It's why I do it. It's why I did what I did, and to help these young coaches, and for me to just have a small part in their lives like the young men, it means a lot. And, I really appreciate all those guys.
Probably the game of the night in the area, Ponte Vedra, Niceville. It went to overtime, and Ponte Vedra got it done 31-30. Steve Price of Ponte Vedra joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thanks so much, Acker. It was quite the night.
Take us into overtime. From my understanding, a blocked extra point is what propels you guys into round number 2.
Yeah. So it was a couple of big 4th downs. We actually had them about 3 minutes left in the game. It was 4th and 10 from the 10-yard line, their own 10, and they convert for a 90-yard touchdown to tie the game. And then we go into overtime. We get the ball first in overtime, go down and score, kick the PAT, and then it was 4th and 3. They ran a little route out there in the flat and completed it, and I believe it was Christian Purnell. I believe it was he that came through and blocked the PAT, and pandemonium ensued.
Coach, let me tell you something. When you think about Ponte Vedra, you think about the TPC, the money, and the glamour. What you've done at that school is you've got those kids with a hard hat mentality. And I mean, those kids play hard. They play hard day in and day out. How was that? How were you able to establish that? Because that was the thing that about Ponte Vedra that was missing, was that hard-nosed, disciplined football.
Well, I will give the parents the credit. You know, a lot of our parents have they're kind of bootstrap people, man. They have pulled themselves up, and they have worked incredibly hard for where they are in life. And they want. I was really surprised when I came to Ponte Vedra how many of our players worked jobs and you know, really. I just think that we've got so many parents that understand the value of hard work. They are incredibly supportive of what we do. We practice every morning. Pre-practice is at 6:15 every morning. Practice starts at 6:30, so kids are arriving before 6 a.m. And you know, they're not late. They just and I just it certainly fits my personality. I've always been a little bit of a blue collar guy, and you know, the kids have just really bought in, and I give a lot of credit to the parents, and I also give a lot of credit to our strength and conditioning program, and Coach Conroy heads that up. And it's just every day, you know, just he does a great job of record keeping, and kids want to win every day, and they're working on breaking personal records, and I think that's big for us.
Coach, when I see your football team, it reminds me of the old cliche about don't worry about the mule, just load the wagon. And that's what y'all do all the time. And I'm very proud of what you're doing out there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. Coach, it's my understanding that Beachside got it done tonight, and that means, I believe, you guys and Beachside in a St. Johns County rematch for the right to go to the regional final. What a situation that should be in St. Johns County next week.
Yeah, it should be. It should be a great game, and should be. You know, the Shark Tank should be packed, and you know, they got a great football team. Pete Duffy does a great job, and they got us. They beat us early in the year, so we're excited about the opportunity and get a chance to play them again. And I'm sure our kids will play as hard as they possibly can. I'm sure their kids will. It'll be a great high school football game. I invite everybody, come on down to the Shark Tank and watch a little good high school football next Friday night.
31-30, Ponte Vedra over Niceville in overtime. Ponte Vedra Beachside next week in round number 2. Steve Price of Ponte Vedra. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Hacker. Appreciate what you guys do for high school football. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. David Penland, University Christian, 60 seconds away. Ponte Vedra Beachside. How did Beachside get so good so quick?
Hard work, discipline, and a good football coach. And they've got an administration that supports them. You know, they've got weight programs during school. They have 3 teams. People don't realize this. A lot of the St. John County schools, they got a varsity and 2 JV teams. Mm-hmm. And when you've got that feeder system, you're able to build from within. And you're not worried about if a kid transfers in or out. You know, they do a good job. And, you know, Jason, he's the field man. They got a field crew. People don't realize they have a class where they maintain the fields, paint the fields. I mean, what high school program has that? So they're committed to not only academics, but to athletics.
With our new radio studio, we could basically walk over to University Christian's football stadium. They were a big winner tonight in round number 1. David Penland of University Christian joins us under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
I'll tell you a funny story. So our producer, Grace, calls Coach Penland about 30 minutes ago, and Coach goes, "Hey, can I call you back, or the game's still going on?" We appreciate you answering, Coach, in the 4th quarter. No doubt about that. Congrats on a big round 1 victory over Trinity Catholic. That's traditionally a pretty good football team. Maybe a tougher 1A matchup than one would have thought, but you guys were certainly able to get it done tonight.
Yeah, I wasn't real sure. You know, I don't think we've ever played Trinity Catholic, so I wasn't real sure how our guys were going to respond and playing a team that they really typically never play or probably never really heard of until this year. And so I was a little nervous about that, but we came out and executed really well and came away with a win.
David, a lot of people don't understand about the success you've had at UC. I think you've won 3 state championships. You're a very well-coached football team. You have a great staff. You do a good job of preparing your kids. The one thing I say about you is that David will take advantage of what is given to him. If he needs to throw the ball, he'll throw it. If he needs to run it, run it. How do you get those guys to buy into that mentality and just be a team first and not individuals?
Oh, just, we hound on it. We always tell them we've got experience. I mean, we got a very deep and experienced coaching staff that's got a lot of state championships under their belt. My dad has 8 of the 9 state championships, and he's been coaching since '84. And when I was a water boy, he was coach. My uncle that played here, and so we got a lot of guys that that have a lot of experience, and we just kind of tell the kids that just to believe what we're teaching. We're not going to stray the wrong way, and it takes a couple of weeks, but they finally buy into what we're doing and teaching. And we want to be a hard-nosed football, and like you said, we want to be able to pass and run. Whatever they're going to give us, we're going to take advantage of.
And you certainly, and I talked to you about this at Media Day, you scheduled a regular season schedule to get you ready for the postseason. Obviously, you guys win in the postseason. It's the expectation. But in scheduling your regular season contests, I know you make a conscious effort to really challenge yourself to get ready for this time of year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think 8 of the 9, 10 teams that we played this year are in the playoffs. Really 9 because Jackson's in the fit, but we almost scheduled it perfect this year. We want to, our guys, we need to compete every week, and we don't want to blow everybody out. That just does nothing for us. So we want to be in hard football games, tough football games. So when it gets to the playoff times, we're ready to roll. And, we traveled to Tampa. We traveled to Key West. We traveled to Miami. So, we're not scared to go anywhere and play, and we're going to try to play some of the best competition that we can. It's about the same level as us.
Now, David, you've got a lot of kids that play both ways, and now we're getting deep into the playoffs. It's been a long season. How do you get these guys mentally and physically prepared during the week to play on a Friday night, knowing that it's been a long season and you're battling injuries?
Fun fact, this year we have 2 guys going both ways. Finally, we got an offense and a defense. We've kind of groomed some kids that been around, and they've come. They're old enough to be players, and this year is really the first time that I've had an offense and defense since 15 and 16. So, we train differently in the off season because even with the guys that we have playing one way, if we have an injury, a guy's got to go both ways, and that's what happened. Our guard has to play defense and offense. We do a good job of rotating, but we want to train just like that. We're going to have to play both ways no matter what. So our guys have been grinding all summer long, and we put them through it. We put them through the ringer to get them prepared for these situations. So a lot of the new age stuff, lifting stuff, don't really work for us. We got to do the old school lift like back in the day when Coach Marty Lee was running and rolling, son. That's what we're an old school program.
Yes.
Final moments with David Penland. Coach, a local versus local matchup in round 2. I believe it's Impact Christian for you guys next week. They took care of Episcopal tonight. What's an early thought on Impact Christian next week?
Yeah, they're a dangerous team. We've already played them one time this year, and it's hard to beat a team twice, so we got to come out and prepare like we haven't played them yet, and get out here and get it done on Friday night. It's going to be a good. They got some athletes, and so we just got to play our game. If we play our game, I think we'll be all right.
David Penland of University Christian. Coach, congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
And Marty Lee with us. So we're going to step aside. I want to dive more into this when we come back, and also line up some more victorious head coaches. We're with you for probably another 30, 40 minutes or so. Round 1, good football teams. Round 2, now you're playing good football teams. Anybody that's left after tonight is a good team.
It's a good football team, and if you can get past round 2, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
You throw out the records, you throw everything out. I mean, because what these guys, different than in the past, Hacker, you had a week off. So not only you were able to heal up a little bit, and maybe install some things differently that somebody hasn't. You're not going to change your whole system, but you can put in a couple of plays here or there, and you're getting teams now that have athletes that are going to play. And if you don't control the clock, if you don't control turnovers, you're going to be in trouble. And if you go back and probably look at some of the teams who lost today, they probably lost in one or both of those categories.
Imagine Niceville having to get back on I-10.
Oh, yeah.
Drive 5-6 hours back knowing they lost in overtime on a blocked extra point.
I mean, that's a long drive.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a terrible drive to go back. You're going to go over your mind over and over and over again if we would have done that. And then you question yourself, should I have gone for 2? I'm on the road. Should I win for 2 and win the ball game? And so this will stay with that team for a long time. Now, for the other team, they're excited. We lost to Beachside. Now we get a chance to go back and get that revenge at our stadium. And so that's big at the Shark Tank. So there's some really good football games, Hacker, next week. And like you said, it's only going to get better. But like we said, we've got a lot of good teams still left. We might make the deepest run we've had in a long time in Duval County.
It's one of the best round one results-wise, one of the best round one scoreboards for our area that I can remember in quite some time. With the coach, Marty Lee, the Hacker, Ryan Green with you. About 30 minutes left. The Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights were presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. More victorious head coaches to come. Round 1 of the state playoffs, and we are glad you are with us.
The guy you don't want to be busy during the game doesn't wear a helmet.
You gotta fix me.
Keep the team doctor on the sideline.
Listen for the Barra and Farah Injury Update. Jacksonville. On 1010XL, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars.
Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow you.
Jacksonville, are you ready? The college basketball season is tipping off soon with an epic in-state showdown. The defending national champion Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes go head-to-head in the Jacksonville Hoop Showdown. Be there Sunday, November 16th at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena and witness this in-state rivalry live. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. It's Florida versus Miami right here at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, November 16th. Ticketmaster.com.
Wingstop and 1010XL has the ultimate tailgate for you to win. Leon Searcy here, your lemon pepper guy. Go to 1010XL.com to register to win a 100-piece wing party complete with fries, veggie sticks, and dips.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosser here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic floors, where every step is fantastic.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, all-pro lineman and your lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop special deals. Order a 100-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or the Wingstop app using promo code JAX20 and get $20 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX20 for $20 off a 100-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
This is the event people wait for all year. Beard's Diamonds Anniversary Sale is here. As the town center's only locally owned jeweler, Beard celebrates 44 years in Jacksonville with huge store-wide savings. That's right, you save up to 44%. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands. Buy now and get as much as 44% off Beard's already amazing prices. Check out our new selection of amazing diamond necklaces with both natural or lab-grown diamonds. Or see our selection of the hottest yellow gold fashion jewelry starting at under $300. And if you're getting engaged before year end, you can get the ring of her dreams and save like never before at Beard's. Beard's Diamonds. Because we're local, we can run circles around those corporate chain stores with better selection, better prices, better service, and better quality. Don't settle for chain store jewelry. Get her the best at Beard's. Don't miss Beard's Diamonds Anniversary Sale up to 44% off store-wide. Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Shop local, shop Beard's.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, you only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights.
Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Lawrence Johnson, the head coach of Ed White, 90 seconds away. Before we get there, Marty Lee with me in studio, longtime head coach at First Coast, still the acting athletic director. We talk about successful round ones. You've been a member of many round one nights here in the area where you play Tallahassee, Orlando, the Panhandle. I'd have to go back in the memory banks. I don't remember a more successful round one in our area. We have 15 plus teams advancing into round two.
Again, it just shows you how much better football in the Jacksonville area has gotten. Because like you said, I did this for 27 years, and we'd be lucky if we had 10 winners.
Right. I remember some round ones have been bloodbaths.
Yes, and be done. You'd be lucky if you had 4 people come out of it.
Yeah.
You know, in the Gateway Conference, we had 4 schools make the tournament and 3 advanced. And so that says a lot about where football is in the St. John's area. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago about those programs and what they do. It's just real exciting. If you like high school football, there are several games that you can go to next week, and you'll see some great high school football.
And one of them is going to be Ed White and St. Augustine. Speaking of Ed White, Lawrence Johnson of Ed White, they were big winners tonight over Pine Forest. And Coach joins us here under the Friday Night Lights. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Coach, big win for you guys. That traditionally is a pretty good Pine Forest team. They had to drive 6 hours over here. They're now driving 6 hours back with a loss. It's probably not a fun bus ride home for them. Congrats to you and your program on a big win tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Our guys really showed up and played hard, so I'm proud of their effort tonight.
I can tell you, Coach, when you lost a couple of weeks ago to Oakleaf, I saw the character of your football team, the discipline that they had. That was a tough way to lose a ball game, and that says a lot about what you've done at Ed White High School and how you've gotten your team prepared for the playoffs. What did it take to get ready for Niceville? Because everybody knows that team right there from the Panhandle has a lot of tradition.
Yeah, well, our guys knew that. They know that we're just kind of taking it one game at a time. I challenged our team to play well on defense, and they stepped up. They held them to only 13 points tonight, and we gave up a touchdown on offense by fumbling it and getting a scoop and score. But the defense stepped up and they played a lot better than they had been the last couple of weeks. And we talked about, is anything happening? All we have to do is get into the tournament, play as hard as we can, and just kind of let the chips fall where they're made.
You know, I want to talk about St. Augustine, certainly, Coach, in a moment. What a round 2 matchup that's going to be. But before we get there, you know, this is just my point of view from doing this every week, and so I'm as guilty of it as anybody. But I almost think you guys have been under the radar a little bit. You know, we spend so much time, and with good reason, you know, Mandarin, Rains, Bowles, St. Augustine, Bradford County, all these great teams. But you guys have had a terrific year. You're big winners tonight. Do you get the sense that maybe you've flown under the radar locally a little bit this year?
Yeah, we've been sneaking up on some people. I kind of like being in the underdog role, so I don't mind it. It's a little bit easier to get the kids motivated when everybody isn't singing your praises all week. So I think some of them take it a little bit personally, and they come out and they play hard. They just want to show that they're one of the best teams in the area, and I tell them all the time that compete with anybody as long as we're playing well and we don't turn the football over and we're forcing turnovers. So our guys have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Well, you know, LJ, a lot of people don't realize, I know you do, you like flying under the radar. Nobody knows about you. But, boy, you can't hide about how many points y'all put up this year. How's it feel to know that your team has broke the state record for the most points scored in a season? That says a lot about your offense.
Well, yeah, that's an awesome accomplishment. I'm proud of the way the offense has come together. I mean, our offensive line has just done a phenomenal job. They've been mauling people up front all year. Our quarterback is smart. He makes good decisions. We've got some good backs. We've got good receivers. So I knew that we were going to have a good offense going into the year, but I just didn't think that we would have this historic event where we scored the most points in state history. So really proud of the way they played, and they did very well tonight too. Other than the big turnover that cost us a touchdown, the offense did a good job of controlling the game.
Lawrence Johnson of Ed White, big winners tonight. And all right, I'm already looking forward. I think anybody that covers high school football in our area, next week, Ed White, St. Augustine, with a right to go to the regional final. What an atmosphere that should be down at St. Augustine High School.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough place to play. I know Coach Braddock always does a good job of getting those guys ready. I know they'll play hard, and our guys are going to be fired up for the opportunity to go in there and compete against one of the top teams in the state.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win tonight. Best of luck next week against St. Augustine.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
Boy, St. Johns County will be the place to be next week. You're going to have Beachside, Ponte Vedra. You're going to have Ed White, St. Augustine. Nice won't be in St. Johns County, but they're going to be traveling to Gainesville, Buchholz. Again, St. Johns County shows out in the postseason. You know, my nephew works at Florida State. I may have to call Braden up and say, hey, look, get Mike Norvell, let me borrow his helicopter so I can bounce from game to game. It's really the place to be next week is in St. Johns County. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And I tell you, as good a football team as St. Augustine is, do not count out Ed White. No.
I mean, because Oakleaf had that game controlled in the third quarter. They come storming back and had a chance to win on the last play of the ball game. That's going to be a really, really good football game.
Why do you think, and maybe it's just my perception, but Coach, I think, agreed with me to an extent, why do you think Ed White has maybe flown under the radar a little bit this year?
I think it's because traditionally, when Danny Dish was there, they were a powerhouse. Since then, they have not been as strong as they could have been, and everybody puts that attention on, you know, the big D1 players. You know, when you got the guys at Rains and Mandarin and St. Augustine, and Ed White's got good athletes, and so as a coach, you dream of that. I used to tell Justin, hey, Justin, pick us to lose so that my kids will get fired up. We want to fly under that radar. They're not flying under anymore. And I can tell you, Braddock, I have those kids ready to play a football game. But that's how it is.
We'll go over the scoreboard. If we can chase down Verlin Dormany, Tim Kraus, and Pete Duffy, we will. I literally think those are the only 3 victorious coaches locally that we have not talked to tonight. We've had a lot of coaches on. We're with you for about another 20 more minutes or so. Still a lot to do, and we'll start looking ahead to round 2 next Friday night. Bowls will be in action. You will hear them on 10:10 a.m. Bishop Kenny will be in action. You will hear them on 92.5 FM. With Coach Marty Lee, the hacker Ryan Green with you. It is the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. We are presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning right here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM.
A super defense is like a superior fence. They both protect what you value.
Pass rush, linebacker secondary.
After the game, Superior Fence and Rail highlights the defensive player of the game on 1010XL.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Tired of roofers who never answer the phone and just use AI?
I'm Morgan Conley, the People's Roofer. I answer every call. No robots, no runaround. I'm born here, built here, staying here. Visit MorganConleyRoofing.org.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 14, 2009, rookie Brandon Jennings set a Bucks record by scoring 55 points against the Warriors, breaking the previous record set by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1970.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here, and I recently celebrated a birthday with friends and family, and a lot of photos were taken. And you go on Facebook and you look, and you have those memories of years past on the same day. And I saw pictures of myself from 2 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. That's back when I was over 300 pounds. I mean, I was in a bad spot in life with my weight. And now here we are, my birthday in 2025, down over 100 pounds, keeping the weight off. I look like a completely different human being. I can't tell you how many times I'm told that pretty much on a daily basis by people who haven't seen me in quite some time. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com. I'm living proof. If you want to drop the weight, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your answer. 844-346-1800.
Make your Thanksgiving table unforgettable. At Jacksonville Flower Market, their custom centerpieces burst with fall color and charm. Stop by Beach and Southside to design your holiday arrangement. Jacksonville Flower Market, where every table blooms with thanks.
It's happening. The event people wait for all year, Beards Diamonds Anniversary Sale. Pickett here as the town center's only locally owned jeweler. Say hi to the Lupos when you go there. Beard celebrates 44 years at Jacksonville with huge store-wide saving. That's right, you save up to 44% on rings, earrings, bracelets, bands. Buy now and get as much as 44% off Beard's already amazing prices. Check out Beard's new collection of amazing diamond necklaces with both natural or lab-grown diamonds. Or see their selection of the hottest yellow gold fashion jewelry starting under $300. And if you're getting engaged, well, you can get the ring of her dreams and save like never before at Beard's. Beard's Diamonds, because they're local, can run circles around those corporate chain stores. Better selection, better prices, better service, better quality. Don't settle for chain store jewelry. Get her the best at Beard's. Don't miss Beard's Diamond Anniversary Sale. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beard's.
Truth Teller here, and I've solved all of your holiday problems and stress. A gift card from the Blue Crab Crab House. Get this, you buy a $50 gift card, and you get an additional $15 card for free. It's that simple, and as always at the Blue Crab Crab House, the best crabs in Jacksonville. oysters, and seafood, period. Blue Crab Crab House, open every day except for Monday, off of San Jose on Jewington Creek Road.
What if you could pull up to $500,000 in cash out of your home and drop your mortgage rate to 4.99% APR? Hey, Prosser here, and right now at Loan Pronto, they've got the lowest rates in 3 years. With Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can get your cash in as little as 3 days, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and even skip your next 2 house payments. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Paid off their debt, paid off 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. One call, life change. There's no wait, no hard credit pull. You probably won't need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Rates at a 3-year low. Act now. Call 914-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com for your free instant home appraisal. See how much cash you can get today. Call 914-999-1508. See how much cash you can get today. You can also visit loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. On approved credit, visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. The Friday Night Lights shine bright. Friday Night Lights. Presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. And brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Glad you're with us under the Friday Night Lights with Coach Marty Lee, the hacker Ryan Green with you. A couple of victorious head coaches coming right up. Tim Krause of Bishop Kenny is 2 minutes away. Before then, let's go out to St. Johns County. Pete Duffy of Beachside. They are winners tonight in the state playoffs, and Coach joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Really enjoyed it, man.
Coach, big win for you and your program. Such a young program still. What is it, year 4, I believe, out there for Beachside? And now you find yourself in the regional semifinal of the state playoffs. Must have been a great locker room in the postgame.
Yeah, the guys are really excited. You know, principal, obviously, athletic director. But before we talk about the game real quick, I got to tell you, when you have a brand new school, so the fields are brand new, everything's new, and it takes time to come in. Our field looked unbelievable tonight. Got to give a shout-out. Jason Smithers, the best turf guy around. Our field looked amazing. The kids were really excited when they got out there, like, wow, the field looks great, because we don't practice on it at all. And I know it sounds trivial, but, you know, like they were really fired up to play on the field.
Coach, you can relate to that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Me and Smitty talk all the time. I take a lot of pride in our field at my school. Coach, tell me, you won your first district championship. Now you've got your first playoff game, and now you got this big-time rival coming back to play next week with Ponte Vedra. Tell me what the mindset's going to be like for your players next week.
You know, obviously a rivalry right across town. You know, this will be the 4th time we've played them in the last, 14 or so games or something like that. So they're familiar with us. Obviously, we're familiar with them. You know, they're a really good team. You know, we're just going to do what we do, practice the same way, prepare the same way, and, you know, just try to be 1 point better.
District champions, you win a playoff game. Now you're going to play in a big playoff game next week, a St. Johns County rivalry for a right to go to the regional final. And again, your program has been there for 4 years. I mean, how did you guys do this so quickly?
I mean, we had a lot of kids that obviously came in that first year with, you know, with all the really good schools established, the Creeksides and the Bartrams and all those other guys. And they just wanted an opportunity to play. And, you know, we certainly gave them that. And those first 2 years, you know, we didn't play a very tough schedule, and we weren't eligible for the playoffs. Last year was our first year eligible, and we were lucky to get in. And then, of course, this year we got back in our second year eligible. And we just thought, you know, hey, we're going to try to play some teams that we could compete with those first 2 years and build a positive atmosphere with the kids in school. And it kind of took off a little bit from there.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Quickly, as Marty Lee mentioned, you guys, Ponte Vedra next week. What an environment that should be in St. Johns County.
Yeah, I'd like to think, I mean, they – you know, when we play them or when the local teams play each other, it's always a great environment. So I'm just assuming it's going to be, you know, even more so with the playoff atmosphere. Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome.
Coach, congratulations on a big win. Best of luck next week.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Pete Duffy of Beachside. It's hard to beat a team twice. Beachside got Ponte Vedra earlier. How tough will that be to beat Ponte Vedra twice?
It's going to be tough, especially when you got to go to their house. And I guarantee you, all week they're going to harp on the fact of a revenge game. You know, we got a chance to get it back and go to the regional finals. Not just a regular season game. We got a chance to advance to the regional finals, beat somebody that beat us, get that W, revenge for that W. It's going to be a great environment, no doubt.
A game you heard on 92.5 FM. Bishop Kenny continues rolling. What a season they've had. They take care of Wakulla tonight. Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny joins us here on 1010XL. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Boy, you guys have just played out of your minds the last 5 or 6 ball games. Continues tonight, a good Wakulla team. And that end of the first half was crazy. I mean, it was a competitive ball game. I think you guys scored, 21 points in the span of a couple of minutes there to end the second quarter.
Yeah, we got on a roll and created a turnover on special teams. Our kids play really hard and really proud of them. I think when our group is playing with a bunch of energy and playing together, they're pretty tough to beat.
You know, Tim, I said it, and I believe it with all my heart. I think you're one of the best offensive minds in this area. You get your kids ready to play. You give us different looks, motion, multiple sets. How are you able to get this done in a week? Give us a short version of a practice plan.
Yeah, I mean, I think the impressive part from our kids' standpoint is the fact that they play both ways. And there's not a lot of people that are still doing that at our level of football, and our kids practice and prepare really hard throughout the week. They do a great job. I think that's one of the advantages of being at a place like Bishop Kenny is our kids are really coachable. They listen. They spend time in meetings. They spend time in on the field getting corrected and handle it really well. And so I think that allows us to do a lot of things on offense, defense, and special teams that, hopefully put us in a good position and make us competitive.
Coach, I was trying to find a final score in your region. Do you know if you're traveling or if you'll be home next week?
Well, our coach's group text says it will be at home next week, so I think that's true. I heard that Godby was up by 2 scores, I believe, so they'll be at our place on Friday.
Well, that would be a great thing to not have to go to Panama City and to have Tallahassee Godby come here. If it is indeed Godby, what do we know about them?
Well, we know my athletic director's saving some money. I know that.
Oh, yeah, that's always big.
Exactly. Coach Lee loves that part.
Yes.
But no, we played Godby in the region semifinal last year. A really good football team. They have a really talented quarterback, a great receiver that's a really highly recruited player that's only a junior. So a bunch of skill players, and so it's a good matchup. It'll be fun. We're a little bit different style-wise, but it should be a really good football game.
Well, y'all have such a great atmosphere, Tim, to play in. A lot of people don't know if you've never been to BK, playing there and the background of the Jag Stadium. And there's no doubt in my mind that your fans are going to come out and support this ball game. I know Godby's a very athletic football team. What do you think might be your edge going into the ball game without giving up the game plan?
No, I mean, I think our kids are playing with such confidence right now and playing so fast. And as you know, Coach, I mean, as long as you've got them caring about each other and playing really fast, you got a chance, regardless of what you're doing schematically or what the game plan is. So we've got a really fun group to coach. I just want to keep coaching them for as long as I possibly can. I want as many weeks together as we can get. And looking forward to that meeting on Monday morning to try to get back and keep rolling.
Tim Kraus of Bishop Kenny. Congratulations on a big win, Coach. Best of luck next week in round 2.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
I mentioned Lawrence Johnson and Ed White under the radar a little bit. Bishop Kenny has been a team under the radar a little bit.
And the thing about it is, and they've taken care of business.
Yeah.
I mean, you listen to them on the radio and goes, well, are we ever going to have a close game in the second half? I think the last 4 or 5 ball games, they had running clocks.
From a guy that had to come from the Channel 4 studio to the 1010 studio on Friday nights, I can assure you they had quite a few running clocks.
Yes, they did. And I mean, like I said before, he's one of the better coaches in this area. He prepares his kids. He does have a good staff. He's got a good administration behind him. And again, that's a great environment to play football in. If you've never been to BK, that would be a good place to go go watch a football game Friday night.
And lucky, it might be the wrong choice of word, because they could have certainly gone out to Panama City and won. But if they get to avoid going to Panama City and get Godby coming there, that's very fortunate.
And Tim said it best. You save money, the wear and tear on your body. People don't realize that you're going into a different time zone. A lot of things play a factor in that. And so, eventually you're going to have to travel. It's very difficult. I think maybe one team, Pensacola, Washington, did it about 20 to 25 years ago, was the only team that traveled every game and won a state championship. Yeah. That's how difficult it is. I mean, and of course, they didn't have a field at that time. It was under construction. So it's big that they're going to be able to play at home.
We'll come back with an AA Automotive Player of the Night, and we'll put the finishing touches on what has been a very successful round one in Northeast Florida, and we'll look ahead to round number 2 and some great games scheduled for next Friday night. One segment to go with the coach Marty Lee, the hacker Ryan Green with you, the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Friday Night Lights, we are presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Offense puts people in seats. Points put teams in the playoffs. Who will be this week's Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL? Nailed down by Universal Roofing Contracting.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Custom home builders. Fed up with your electrical and low voltage companies that ghost you mid-project, sparking delays? Unreliable subs and poor electrical work that derail your schedules? Turn to Tyson Inc., experts in seamless electrical services for your custom builds. Pre-construction planning, integration, and installation, no hassles. Your homeowners will love the new Tyson showroom. Team up with Tyson for your next home building project. TysonInc.com.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Dreams Come True is a local wish-granting organization giving dreams and special times to local children battling life-threatening illnesses. Find out how you can help at dreamscometrue.org.
The Wounded Warrior Project provides what medicine and technology can't: community, counseling, and a second chance. Find ways to help at woundedwarriorproject.org.
If you're between ages 16 and 24, you can learn a career in construction, electrical, plumbing, or masonry with free training from the AMI Kids Florida Registered Pre-Apprenticeship Program. Call 576-7337.
There's a critical need for all blood types. Please consider donating at a local blood donation center.
If you could benefit from a grief and loss support group, call Haven Hospice at 279-1677.
If you're involved in a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, find out how at 1010XL.com.
So welcome
Experience Pink Floyd. Floyd Nation. November 21st at Florida Theater. Floyd Nation. Floyd Nation. Experience Pink Floyd. Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Business owners, are you tired of getting the runaround from your plumbing or AC vendors? Fire them now and call Duck Duck Rooter. Duck Duck Rooter is the trusted partner for some of the largest commercial companies in Northeast Florida. From a professional accounting office that makes contracts and invoicing seamless to highly skilled field technicians who fix the problems fast, they handle it all. Make the smart move today with Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769. 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-656-1551. That's 800-656-1551.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Time now for the AA Automotive Player of the Night. Family run since 1954.
You know, there are so many options for the AA Automotive Player of the Night. I want to take this week and next week when talking about the AA Automotive Player of the Night to just single out some unbelievable players we've had in 2025. Whether you're talking about Samarian Wingo at St. Augustine, we all know about Bryson Wright at Mandarin. I mean, you know, Edwards, the running back from Bowl, is going for 522 and 8 touchdowns in a game this year. Just some terrific players. TJ Cole, another one, the quarterback from Reigns.
Outstanding young man. He was the player of the year by the Jaguars last year, and he, as Reigns goes, he goes.
Yeah.
He's an outstanding kid. He's an academic kid. He's a wonderful young man, and he can carry this team all the way back to the state championship. He's got dreams of trying to play on Division I level. His height's going to hurt him a lot, but not his heart. And that's what people don't understand. It's not always the size of the dog. It's the bite of the dog, and he's got a big bite.
As we begin to wrap up, we got a couple of minutes to go, Coach. You look at the teams, the seasons came to an end tonight locally. We talk about Baker County, Baldwin, Creekside, Oakleaf, Fernandina Beach, Providence, Episcopal. There were quite a few teams that came to an end tonight, their seasons. Just heartbreak, obviously, for a lot of these teams. What's the message tonight? Clearing out the lockers on Monday, that's got to be tough.
It's very difficult, but you got to, as you had some time to reflect, you look back at what you accomplished during the season. And you also got to understand, there's only going to be 7 schools that's going into the season with a win.
Right.
And, you want to be one of those schools that get there, but for the younger kids, build on your mistakes that you made during the season. For the seniors, you hope that they take valuable lessons. And a lot of these guys are not going to play football again. That's the toughest thing. We all have dreams of being Trevor Lawrence and making it to the NFL. That's not going to happen. 1% of the athletes are going to make it. The rest of them are going to learn valuable life lessons that they're going to carry throughout their life. You just got to hug them and love them. And, I also want to give a little shout out to the schools that made it to the FIT.
Yeah, your school, First Coast, was in it last night. First
Coast was in it. Wolfson was in it. Andrew Jackson was in it. Fletcher was in it. They decided not to play, and Jackson advanced.
Yeah.
And
Bartram Trail was as well.
Bartram Trail, and they both advanced, and so it's good to see those kids. And people say, "Well, I don't know if I would play in that or not." But again, for the younger kids, it's another week of practice. It's another week of developing, especially if you got a young program or if you got a program that's trying to get off the mat, get back to the. I look at it like the NIT and the NCAA.
Yeah, and quickly, because I want to talk about next week's games. Basically, with the Florida Invitational Tournament, like Coach said, it is essentially the NIT. It's the 16 best teams in the state, 1A to 3A, and then the 16 best teams in the state, 4A to 7A, that did not qualify.
That's correct.
For the FHSAA playoffs that are in their own tournament. And you guys at First Coast, unfortunately, lost last night, but you traveled to Pensacola.
Yeah, we traveled to Pensacola, and Jarvis Parker's done a tremendous job. Dr. Williams, Ronnie Williams, our principal, he allowed our coaches and our players to leave on Thursday and Friday. It's great experience for them. He's a first-year coach, got to travel to Pensacola. You got the itinerary, the time change, the buses, the food, the players. It's a lot to learn, and that's valuable experience. So in the future, you'll be able to take that. And you don't get that very often as a first-year coach.
No.
You don't get that very often. And then you got, like Bobby Ramsey was saying, they beat a winning football team. The kids played with a lot of enthusiasm. And now they've got a chance to continue and maybe win the first ever NIT Invitational Tournament for the state of Florida.
So many good games next week. You got Ed White, St. Augustine. We talk about Beachside, Ponte Vedra, Berkeley Prep, Bradford County, Tallahassee, Godby, Bishop Kenny, Rains, West Florida. You can go on down the line. Round 2 is going to be a heck of a lot of fun next Friday.
I like to say a lot of times when you put teams in a hat and you shake it up and dump them out and whoever comes out wins, you can do that for games. Whatever game come out, that's going to be a great game to go see. Obviously you're going to have your locals and your parents, but if you want to see some good football, there's a lot of good football next week. And I'm interested to see what happens. Some of the games that really, really stick out into my mind will be, the Ed White St. Augustine game, the Ponte Vedra Beachside game. Those games are big ball games right there.
Probably Nice and Buchholz.
Nice and Buchholz, them going there. I think Rains High School should take care of business. I think Mandarin should take care of business. UC is on a collision course with Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, you got to look at that situation there. Either you're going to have Buchholz or Nice playing most likely Mandarin. And then you're going to end up having Choctaw, which is outstanding. That's the team coming from the Panhandle. Nobody wants to play Choctaw. Who are they going to face? Most likely St. Augustine for the third year in a row. So there's some really good high school football coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Coach, I can't thank you enough for coming in tonight.
Man, it has been my pleasure. I always loved calling in when we were victorious, and you've done a great job for high school sports, and now me being a part of it. And I appreciate all the kind words that the coaches said. I love this game of football. Been a part of it my whole life, and I just love giving back.
That is the coach, Marty Lee. Grace produced it. Aaron helped out as well. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. Thank you to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist for bringing you Friday Night Lights. We have been presented by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. We'll do it one more time next Friday night for round 2 of the state playoffs, and I will talk to you Sunday on the 5th quarter, 2 hours after the Jaguars go final with the Chargers. Good night, everybody.